right back and watch. This is what I did in 15 minutes. You see that setup? This right here. You see that setup right there? Look at what's going on there. See that? That's the session. But it was already done. Everything was basically done already. But you know, I had to just do a few things. But like I said, you know what I mean? Like I told you, I'm not gonna front on y'all. Let y'all hear it, man. I'm gonna give y'all the first verse and possibly the hook. And obviously you already know, so you can get an opportunity to buy it when it drops, or whatever the case may be. We're working with Mr. Jack and the Producers Connect, so that's his situation. How y'all gonna get it? He's working on everything. Big up to Mr. Jack. So I'm just giving y'all a little bit of, you know what I mean, because it's hip hop, you know what I'm saying? It's the first joint right here, man. Mr. Jack. You hear that? Yeah. Told them, yes, the freedom, people best believe them. Wake up in the morning, then the stress be leaving. Could have been dead, stress left from breathing. Caught up in the years, still caught up in the years. Not moving like wax, that's caught up in your ears. But just facts, I'm not juicing. Till I'm caught up in my fears, I'm not juicing. The choice already made, I'll give them an early wave. I'm back, like that, and not the early wave. This facts, like that, building them 38, nothing clean. Need water, watch to these dirty plates. Dirty plates, nothing clean. Need water, watch to these dirty plates. I'm back, got the all the music taking me higher. I'm back, holy water still holding the fire. I'm back, so God, the devil is a liar. I'm back, I'm back. Got the all the music taking me higher. I'm back, holy water still holding the fire. I'm back, so God, the devil is a liar. I'm back. You know, that's the first one. I'm back. Second joint on the way. Time to tell, baby. You know what I mean? It's definitely gonna be something, man. It's called the initiation, man. It's definitely gonna be something. I'm just letting y'all hear that, you know what I mean? So you don't think I'm friends. Like, I don't really be making music out here, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm making stuff that you can play right after your favorite MC, your favorite rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's for real. So, my man, I'll be back in a heartbeat. Spark the lead, cut the light, spark the lead. I'll be back in a minute, that's the biz. I'm finished, it's for the digits. Fully clear. Semis and I'm fully teared. Murder one, if you visit the bed. I'm from the era that imprisoned my peers. Living in years, hard living like the God tripping. Know it's smart for your rules in case I'm off. Hit them off, touch your moves till they touching you. Anybody get it? Bet it. Feel like life, me say I'm fucking you. Bad bitch fucking you. Just a hustle. Do what I wanna do. Do what you wanna do. Cause I keep them things steady, biting my clutch. The green bust the white leaf, biting my Dutch. Gotta stay up when I'm killers around, hitting the ground, getting everything moving, sweeping around like grim reaper grim, sweeping around, making a double grip. When it's all for the read, if you're seeking your fast, like I'm time for sleep, if you're sneaking around, slip that shit, digging deep in the ground, closing your chest. Just how these people get down, they got the app. From the moment I'm here to the moment that I'm floating in air, so for the moment to my people slipping on our ears, my hope, the time of test. When you spend the time in hell, praying to heaven in the time of death. What do you know? On the low, and what do you do? Time's up, ain't no time for your time of death. When you spend the time in hell, praying to heaven in the time of death. What do you know? On the low, and what do you do? Time's up, ain't no time for you. That's two. You're moving right on. We're moving right on. Moving right on here. This one here, this is a great joint. It's the one I did. It's a great joint right here. The initiation. You know what I mean? You know what time it is, man. See the hand, you know, that's all I need. Talk to me. This is all I need right here, man. Especially just the light. The light in this little turtle. Now I'm in the room, tapping my shoulders, it's coming true. Force that charm to the devil, it's coming through. Me, follow suit, you, follow through. The essence of this unknown force is in my presence, taking all of my senses to gather this message. Seeing life on another level. What's below be the same as what's above you. The devil loves you, make you my own. You the flesh of my bone, my DNA, part of your chromosome. Lord, I pray, be the night to my day. Gotta move, but it's like the stage. Stand for freedom of cage and run away. No other way, I gotta call it how I likely see. You recognize that you might be me. Look in my eyes and you might be free. Now come alive, come alive. Look in my eyes and you might be free. To God, walk with me. Talk to me, to God. To God, to God, walk with me. Talk to me, to God. To God, to God, walk with me. Talk to me, to God. To God, to God, walk with me. Talk to me, to God. Check. Thinking of paradise. My life ahead, reminisce on the glorious days. Before the split, I'm part of the fallen. Woo, that's 3, right? That's 3. I'm thinking that's 3 for 3. Number 4. Let's go, family. Oh, murder. This for the family right here. This for the family. Mr. Chad. He wasn't expecting that. Yeah. Mommy get it done, the life of an outlaw that be mobbing on the run, under pressure, let no one test you, no one catch you. Keep it a buck, never one lesson. Lifting them up for that cold stretcher. Taking them out, they dirt, shaking them out for the kids. Locked up, I'm breaking them out. Each time, going for guts. Each time, getting facts that be deep in the cracks. Each line, I'm gonna take a deep in one greatest. Paying them back, I was one favor. Start from the bottom, and the first greatness. I start from the bottom, with what the Lord gave me. More flavor, each his own. They say most steps to reach the throne. Animal down to each of the phone. No words, talk is cheap, secret in the throne. Song for the family, live for the family. Do what the family do for the family. My word is the family. Word to the family. Slugs equal family love for the family. Song for the family. Word for the family. Do what the family do for the family. My bond is the family. Word to the family. Slugs equal family love for the family. Murder, not murder. I'll be put it together like he not Turner. Coming back for you. I can find the space like a pack for you. Low cargo to trade narco. Back on show the black. That's right. Here's the EP. We're definitely going, depending on what's going on, but we already made a list. Actually, Mr. Jack was the producer that produced and mixed reality shots that I did with Mofo Hari. You know what I'm saying? And we basically grew up on, and you know, I decided to really test the waters. Like, yo, let's go ahead and put a project out because of what I was able to hear from him. He agreed, and I was actually working. This is simultaneously working on the Ghost Omega project as well as the Q the Beat Boy and Blaze and Hayes Blazemore project as well. You know what I'm saying? So you know, like, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. While also working on the New Dawn fabric that's already finished. You know what I mean? That's supposed to be coming out. So we got some things in store for y'all, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't like to sit and twiddle them. I mean, like, and start to play with my thumbs. Like, you know what I mean? That when I'm doing that, you know, something in the back of my just kicks me like, yo, come on, son. We don't got time to waste. You already know what time it is. You know what I mean? Like, we already on borrowed time already. You know what I'm saying? So I'm acting like, yo, I'm on borrowed time. Like, every time, this is what I do, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this has been a 9 to 5. Like, you already see my 9 to 5, much less. Like, what do you think is gonna happen when I'm doing music 24/7 like a 9 to 5? Honestly, you know what I mean? Like, it'll be like 6 songs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I get together, it's gonna be like 6 songs. Like, you know what I mean? When I'm really in my zone, I'm doing music all the time. Like, that's what I'm doing is music. Like, come on, man. Like, you already saw, you saw what I was doing before you may not know, but that's how I was bumping into the music industry guys. That's how I got on the street team for Jam Master J, God bless the dead, James J Records. Like, I was doing music. Nah, I mean, I wasn't really doing music. I was rapping. I wasn't doing the music part. Like, I started doing that after. I never rapped on the beat. Nah, I mean, we always went a cappella. We was always in a cypher. Like, you know what I'm saying? No beat. Like, let's go. You know what I mean? But this the last joint right here. Nah, I mean, I ain't fronting, man. You know what I'm saying? I forgot my raps all the time. You know what I mean? Like, cause I'm not really there. I'm like 45%. You know what I mean? When they drop that bag, when I go out there and get that bag and re-up, I'm get to like 75% and do it again like 95. Now it's like pain and poverty. Saving up for the days when the rain came. Pray you hit the lottery. Every other day be a robbery. 007 Sean Connery. Just be a real flip. Paying fist for words inside a clock tick. Watching the block flip. This be the ultimate high. Getting a rock shit. Not the movie. He got your knees. Take flights as high as G's. They're flying bees. My mental keep essential. Let on the pencil. Overdrive like I don't know why. Head in the rental. Headed from region to region. Making bread in the four seasons. Be more reasons. You be more careful. Chicky and red bull. Tools got an earful. Game be dirty. Fuck the strength. Plan to live life. Be on 30. Push under the ground. Real early. The cold sheet. My cold deep. Be low key. Watching the chips stacked up. Brother, you know me. On the seat that's in front of the ride. Need a scene like it's something to file. Put it in drive. Overpass. Let the captain eat that. Over the stash. Still loyalty. Overboard. I mean my loyalty. Bloodline is game. Speaking, you get it royally. Like the royal flush. Coldest touch. Rest in peace to cold. Black hell, I rap well. Rusted because I'm healthy. We rich until I'm filthy. There's a place for the guilty. For the guilty. Like these. Little Jack. Mars nowhere. You know, so that's it, people. That's it. You know, that's it, people. You know, that's finished, though. I'm actually going to get ready to send this off. Mr. Jack is actually in the process now of going through that process. And everything is basically in his hands. And he's going to work from there. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, other producers, you know, you want to know how Mars Nowhere work. You know, ask the producers that I work with. You know, ask Rico Beats. Ask Q the Beat Boy. Got me? Ask Beat Ripper. You know, ask Ghost Omega. Ask Mr. Jack. You know what I'm saying? I have no problem. Okay, that's what I didn't allow me to save it. Right, so I just want to say that I'm about to get me something to drink, man. It took me some time, you know. But that's about it. Like I said, I'll be doing this as a do-it-yourself, just because, you know what I mean. Like, I'm actually a rapper that goes into the studio. You know what I'm saying? So all that stuff, like, I wasn't doing this. I'm just doing this now because of the fact that I need to leverage, you know, what I do. You know what I'm saying? And because of the fact that I'm in Guyana and there's no digital locator for the country in relation to a lot of the apps and music platforms and banking platforms and stuff like that, the money that I put out, there's nothing that comes back. You know what I mean? So you know, you really can't like do anything and then, you know, look at shows. You know what I mean? Because there's nothing here. You know what I'm saying? Like, but, you know, I'm right next door to Brazil, so there's nothing ain't lost. I'm saying that, you know, I just need to build my catalog. You know what I mean? So if ever I should get an opportunity, I'm sending them 40 songs. I'm sending them 3-4 projects. You know what I mean? I'm sending them a lot of stuff. So Brazil got 1 billion people, 800 million people, stuff like that. So, you know, I can go there. I'm right at home. You know what I'm saying? I'm right at home. So I go through there, man, and get a great opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And,
there's many things to holler. So, like I said, but anyway, you about to holler, see what's what, man. Like I said, you about to make some things happen. Really start to travel after I really put this down. I need to build that catalog first. You know what I'm saying? Once I build that catalog, then I'll be able to really move around because I got something. You know what I mean? So I'll send that. That's my door opener. That's gonna open a door, or potentially. You know what I mean? So it may not open every door, but hopefully it opens a door or two, whatever the case may be. But that's basically my door knocker right there. That's what I introduce myself with the music. And right now, True Story's doing very well on Spotify, stuff like that, and it's doing well. Hopefully it gets playlisted and it hits the chart. You know what I mean? Once hopefully it gets the chart and stuff like that. Big up my boy Nick Davis from Alameda Music. You know what I'm saying? Nick is a good guy, man. For True Story being number one. You know what I'm saying? Number one song of the week, so I appreciate that. Definitely, man. I've been able to really, Almeida, I've been able to back to the roots. I've been able to really, get a great representation on this platform. You know what I'm saying? And the music has been doing well. People have been responding to it in a positive way and stuff like that. And I definitely appreciate it. You know what I mean? So I want to send a shout out to Nick from Alameda Music. You know what I'm saying? And everybody that's a part of that platform, and all the fans that listen to the music and like True Story. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a lot more like that. Like I said, God's Temple is out. Also working on the prequel to that's gonna be the follow up to God's Temples, God's Temple 2, the second coming. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna keep it on that level. Definitely got a few joints already that we're working on, and we're gonna finish that. So everything's gonna be ready. But the 19th is when God's Temple drops. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I got this joint. This is probably gonna be jumping in the first quarter of 2020. There may be another joint, the alternate reality that I'm doing with Q the Beat Boy and Hayes Blazemore. That also may be in the first quarter or may be in the second quarter. You know what I mean? So like I said, man, I'm an artist for every quarter. You know what I mean? I like to have material out. You know what I mean? Putting music out every quarter. You know what I mean? So there's 4 quarters, 4 albums. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not really a mixtape artist, because mixtapes was something that really recently, like, my mixtape is a DJ Clue mixtape. Like my mixtape is a Funkmaster Flex, Ron G, a Tony Toka, like that. Those are my mixtapes. Like, you know what I'm saying? A Stretch Armstrong, K Slade. Those are my mixtapes. Like that, Dirty Harry. Those are my mixtapes. Those are the mixtapes I grew up on. Just you know what I mean? Like assorted mix from various artists. That was a mixtape to me. I believe that the industry, because of the fact that it was starting to expand, started to tell artists that were coming up and coming, to put out mixtapes of their work. Now, mixtape means many different things. A mixtape could mean that it's not a full album. Reason being is because the beats aren't exclusive. Like, you may have a limited amount of copies that you can sell because you got an exclusive lease. You don't have it's not a non-exclusive, basically. Like, you know what I mean? They're not yours. But it's a non-exclusive, not an exclusive. So the beats are not yours. You know what I'm saying? And you put it out. That, to me, technically would make it a mixtape. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they're looking at. I don't know what they talk about. But don't believe everything that you hear. You know what I mean? Only believe half of what you see. Now, so with that being said, I make albums. I make material. I make projects. And even in that aspect, although I don't own the beats, we're working 50-50. So I guess it will be considered a mixtape, but it's not a mixtape in that sense. But it can be considered a mixtape because, a mixtape would be material you know, I don't know what a mixtape actually classifies. There's many various definitions of a mixtape. But this EP, because it's an EP, it would be more so classified as a mixtape because it's an EP. So this would be more so classified as a mixtape, plus it has a similar sound. So it's more of a mixtape. I don't know what a mixtape is because, like I said, I came up in the 90s. DJ Clue was my mixtape guy. Like, every Clue that came out every month. You know what I'm saying? Every month. When the source dropped every month, when the source dropped, Clue dropped. You know what I'm saying? So I copped the source and I copped the Clue. You know what I mean? All that. Illuminati, the profession, all that. So there's a storm, all that. So that's what I did because obviously that was Jamaica Avenue. So, you know, I was on the Avenue every single day. So, you know what I mean? We just hit the Coliseum. I would go to the Coliseum and get my Clue tapes. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. And, you know. So that being said, you know, that's basically that's my definition. That's what I recall. And that's what I relate to of a mixtape. I don't know anything else. But you guys would probably call it something else. Like, you know, we call potato. You know, basically like potato. I'm not part of that. Like, I don't know potato. I mean, like, I don't know potato. I know potato. You know what I mean? So I know potato. You know what I mean? I know a mixtape. But at the end of the day, it's material. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to get caught up in the logistics, you know what I mean, of people believing. Like I said, I'm not an 80s baby. I'm not a 90s baby. I'm a 70s baby. You know what I mean? And I grew up in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really know anything about that stuff. You know what I mean? And you know, but like I said, you're entitled, you know what I mean, to whatever you relate to, whatever the case may be. It's just that it doesn't relate to me. I don't know what that is, you know what I'm saying? So it doesn't, you know, I wouldn't know. I'm not going to see, like, we could see the same movie and we could focus on different things. You know, I just don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you don't know what a Clue tape is, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so, like, I was getting them as they came out, so that's what I related a mixtape as, you know, different artists that rap. Different artists with a sort of songs. That's a mixtape. Mixtapes usually be like 30 songs. You know what I mean? 40 songs is a mixtape. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I'm putting out a project because that's what I look at as professionally. But mixtapes can be professional. Like a lot of the younger artists came out when they called it a mixtape and they put it out. You know, what it has done well. I believe what it is that what the industry was trying to separate was that the fact that their artists were putting out albums. They weren't putting out mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? And the fact of the matter is that even in New York City, when artists started doing mixtapes, it was different because there was no backing. You know what I mean? So when they talk about the G-Unit mixtapes, the Dipset mixtapes, the Diplomats and all that, the Locks mixtapes, they were basically like going in the studio with producers and putting out their stuff independent. So I guess the industry never sees things the same. So when they call it a mixtape, they wanted to separate that because a lot of those artists that were putting out mixtapes were also signed to record labels, if you understand what I'm saying. So a lot of them was on majors. Like the only reason that 50 actually had a major deal because he was on Columbia Track Masters and he was on JMJ Records. So JMJ Records, although it was independent, was an independent major. They were signed through Def Jam. So when 50 started putting out his music, there was no Def Jam, there was no Columbia, there's no Sony, no Track Masters, no JMJ. He was putting out himself. That was independently distributed, and he was called that a mixtape. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all the songs he put out in the studio. That's a mixtape, and he's selling that. That's what that is. But like what I'm doing here is a little bit different than that. If I had a deal, I'll make it a little bit simple for you. If I had a deal and I wasn't making music for the label, the music that I made separately and I put out, that would be classified as a mixtape because it's not an album. You know, we're not going through the logistics of an album. We're just putting my music out. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like music, but it's not. You wouldn't hear it. But a lot of times, the music that's on a mixtape blows up. You know what I'm saying? Because the artist does great music. You know what I'm saying? It's just you're not gonna find his music being pushed by a label. You know what I mean? You're going to find it by the DJs. The DJ going to be playing it, or you're going to find it in the mom and pops, the corner shops. You know what I mean? That's where you're going to find it. You're not going to find it in the Tower Records. You're not going to find it in record stores. You know what I mean? Because it's not a record. You're not going to get a vinyl for it, basically. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to find a vinyl. You know what I'm saying? You're going to find a vinyl for the records. The album, you're not going to find a vinyl for a mixtape. So I believe that's also the other technicalities, but you see, the music business is so shady because they don't want nobody to talk. They want everybody to listen. And although you don't learn from talking, you learn from listening. If they're not saying anything and you have an awareness and you know what's going on, that doesn't mean that they know what they're saying or they know what they're talking about because everybody is quiet around them. That is the code of conduct, and that's what they go by. That's why the music business is so shady. So you'll find everyone in an office meeting, one person talking, everyone listening. That doesn't mean that the person that's talking knows everything or knows more than everybody else. It means that that's how they rapport. You know what I mean? So when you meet. And that's why I believe a lot of times you find the music industry, when you speak to them, they start to turn off when you start to talk. You know what I mean? Listen. No, that's not how it goes. You know what I'm saying? That's not how it goes. The reason for that is that don't believe that they don't have anything to gain and you're the only one gaining. They got something to gain. No one does business or goes into a business relationship to not gain nothing. It wouldn't be called business. It'd be called charity. They'll be doing you a favor. So they'll let you know that. Listen, we'll give you a loan and you can do whatever it is that you want to do with it. Or we give you a grant and you can do whatever it is that you want to do with it. Not, let's sign a contract and you get this and I get this. That's business. No one goes into business expecting to get nothing. Now, I mean, so just remember that. And that's why the business is always stagnated. That's why the music industry is always going to be stagnated. Because they're so close-minded that it takes people with a level of awareness. It takes a lot of people just because you got to change the mindset. You know what I mean? And a lot of times. But like I said, man, I really don't got time to go back and forth. It is what it is. Like I said, I'm going to start to really give you all the visuals. I believe it's going to be instrumental for a lot of artists coming up, stuff like that, and stuff like that. So you already know, man, stuff like that. Know what I mean? For real. And yo, much love to all the artists, man, because I don't want nobody to believe that Mars Noel be trolling. I don't even know what it means. I was able to get a definition from Aaron Carter, from I believe it was the Backstreet Boys. Aaron Carter, and I was watching one of his interviews where he basically gave the definition of a troll as someone who basically like they're not authentic type of individuals. You know what I'm saying? Like they're trying to get clout and stuff like that. They always got something to say that's negative. You know what I'm saying? They're there, and when you go live with them, whatever the case may be, they usually, whatever the case. I mean, I'm not really into the whole lot of stuff, extracurricular stuff, but, big up to him as well in his definition, but, yeah, so, Dutchie, Big Dutch, you know what I'm saying, from Dutch and Spade, big shout out to, YG Top Dog, you know what I'm saying, Solomon Childs, you know what I mean? Hitmaker, you know what I mean? It's Youngberg. For those who may not know, Snow Billy as well, Stack Stone as well, Wildcat, Killer Kev as well, salute. Corey King as well. Everybody, man. Big up the Accidental Gangster, man. Accidental Gangster, what's going on? Mr. Spado, right? I'll remember. But anyway, yeah, everybody, man, big up to y'all, man, you know what I'm saying? Gangster Chronicles, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, man, you know what I'm saying? EA Ski, much love. Everybody, man, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully I don't forget no names, but, you know, I'm making it, man, one step at a time. You know what I'm saying? Double R, Ricky Ross, what's going on, man? Holla at your boy, man. You know, I'm here. About to go and get me something to drink at the store, man, and stuff like that. But hopefully you guys was entertained. The music was good. Like I said, you know what I mean? Stay tuned. The 19th, God's Temple is dropping. That's gonna be something, man. Like it's really gonna be something. You know what I mean? I like to put it in an album category. It's not a mixtape, I wouldn't say, because it's just not like the beats are different. So it's not the same tempo wave, like, you know what I mean? But this one here, I would say this is a mixtape. You know what I'm saying? It has the same tempo, the same vibe. That one there, that's a straight album, you know what I mean? But definitely same things, the same, you know what I mean? Same concept, everything is good. You know what I mean? Not knocking one and, you know what I mean? Everything is good, everything is the same. You know what I'm here, man. Shout out to everybody out there that's doing their thing. Kiana the Goddess as well, you know what I mean? DJ FMI, right? DJ FMI. You know, everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, man. MC Shan, what up? Big up to MC Shan as well, dropping them jewels, man, like boulders. You know, and everybody else, man, you know what I'm saying? Wish you all the best. You know, I'm here, man. I'm making my moves, you know what I'm saying? Almighty. You know, yeah. So, yeah, man, Hellraiser. I see you, brother. All the best, man. Wishing you a speedy recovery. Get well.